Hello everyone, if you are here today, it means you care. You care about your body, about your health, and more importantly, about the quality of your life. So before we dive into one of the most overlooked but critical topics for seniors, I want to ask you to take one simple step for your future. Please click that like button and subscribe to this channel. It may seem like a small action, but it tells us you are ready to learn, to grow, and to protect yourself from problems you might not even know are lurking inside you right now. Now take a moment, breathe in, and think about this. When was the last time you thought about your kidneys? Yes, your kidneys. Most people never do until something goes wrong. And sadly, for millions of seniors across America, that moment comes too late. They find themselves tired, swollen, unable to sleep, losing their appetite, and wondering why life is slowly becoming more difficult to enjoy. Here's the truth. Your kidneys are your silent defenders. They are working every single hour, filtering your blood, balancing minerals, removing toxins, and keeping your entire system in harmony. But just like any part of the body, they age. They become vulnerable. And when you add in the standard American diet, rich in sodium, sugar, and processed food, the damage adds up over time. You might be thinking, I feel fine, I drink water, I take my medications. But did you know that nearly 1 out of 3 Americans over the age of 60 has some form of chronic kidney disease? And most do not even know it until the damage is already severe. Now imagine this. Your kidneys are like a pair of hardworking employees who never complain. But even they have limits. And if we ignore them long enough, they stop showing up. And that, my friends, is when things get dangerous. Dialysis, transplants, hospital visits, these are not just words. These are realities for millions. And let's be honest, no one wants to spend their golden years attached to a machine or waiting for a donor. But here's the hopeful part. There is something you can do, and you can start today. Today's video is not about fear. It's about empowerment. Because recent studies published by trusted sources, including the National Kidney Foundation and the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, have shown something remarkable. You do not need expensive supplements. You do not need harsh medications with side effects longer than your grocery list. What you need might already be sitting on your kitchen counter, or it might be waiting for you at the local farmer's market. 3. Fruits, that's right. Just 3 common, affordable, natural fruits can help improve kidney health when included regularly in your diet. No gimmicks, no extreme restrictions, just nature doing what it does best. And I am not saying this lightly. These fruits have been studied for their ability to reduce inflammation, lower oxidative stress, and support the natural filtration system of the kidneys. They have shown promise in both preventing further damage and gently aiding in restoration. I will not name them just yet, because I want you to truly understand why this matters. Not just for you, but for the people who love you. For the grandchildren who want you around. For the neighbors who count on you. For yourself, because you deserve to feel strong again. In the next chapters, we are going to dive into these fruits one by one. We are going to explore the science behind them. We will look at case studies of real people, just like you, who made simple changes and saw real results. You will hear from nutrition experts, see the connections between diet and kidney function. And by the end of this series, you will be equipped to make informed choices every day. So stay with me. Like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and prepare to be surprised by how something as ordinary as fruit can do. Something as extraordinary as protect your kidneys, because health does not always come in a pill. Sometimes, it comes in a peel.end. In the next part, I will reveal the first fruit and the amazing impact it had on a retired school teacher from Ohio who was on the brink of dialysis, but turned her life around with one simple change. You do not want to miss that. Stay tuned. Take a deep breath. Your journey to healthier kidneys is just beginning. Welcome back. In the last chapter, we opened the door to a powerful truth, that you do not need to wait until things get worse to start making things better. That your kidneys, though often forgotten, are asking for your help. And today, we begin answering that call one bite at a time. Let us start with a fruit that you may already know, but might never have seen as a hero in your diet. I am talking about the red apple. Yes, that simple, affordable, classic apple. It turns out, the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, has more truth than we ever gave it credit for, especially when it comes to your kidneys. According to a comprehensive study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition in the year 2018, apples contain a powerful combination of antioxidants, including quercetin and pectin. These substances have been shown to reduce inflammation in the body, lower cholesterol, and most importantly, ease the strain on your kidneys by helping the body manage blood sugar and pressure more efficiently. But science only tells half the story. Let me share the journey of Margaret Hall. She is a retired school teacher from a small town in Ohio. She is 72 years old, kind, soft-spoken, and sharp as ever. But 3 years ago, she faced a crisis that nearly changed her life. Forever, it started with fatigue. Then came the swelling in her ankles. Her appetite disappeared. She visited her doctor, who confirmed her fears. Stage 3, chronic kidney disease. Her kidney function was falling below 60%. The doctor gave her a long list of medications, warned her about dialysis, and told her to prepare. But Margaret did not accept that fate. Instead, she started learning. Her daughter, a nurse, began researching natural support methods, and together, they made a plan. One of the first steps: incorporating apples into her daily meals. Every morning, Margaret would eat a small red apple, not apple pie, not apple juice loaded with sugar, just a simple, raw, fresh apple with the peel on. Alongside that, she reduced her sodium intake and added more water to her day. 3 months later, her blood pressure had improved. She felt more energetic. Her swelling had gone down. After 6 months, her kidney function was stable, and by the end of the year, it had even improved slightly. Her doctor was surprised, not because apples are magic, but because consistent, healthy habits had given her kidneys a break, and they had time to recover now. Does this mean apples will cure kidney disease? No. But what it does mean is that apples, as part of a thoughtful, natural diet, can absolutely support your body's healing process. They help regulate blood sugar. They provide fiber, which supports digestion and toxin removal. They reduce inflammation, which is at the root of many kidney issues. And let's not forget, they are affordable. You do not need to buy exotic powders or imported superfoods. A bag of apples from your local grocery store or farmer's market can be the beginning of something powerful. When eaten raw, and ideally with the peel, they provide a rich source of plant compounds that nourish the entire body. Here is what I recommend. Start with 1 apple a day. Mid-morning with a glass of water. Make it a habit. Choose slowly. Savor it. Let it be more than just food. Let it be a reminder that you are choosing health every single day. Keep it simple. Keep it consistent. And combine it with a low-sodium, balanced meal plan. Your kidneys will thank you. Another important tip: organic if you can. Apples are among the most pesticide-sprayed fruits. And while washing them helps, organic apples give you the cleanest source of those healing nutrients. If organic is out of reach, do not worry. Just wash your apples thoroughly with water and vinegar. It makes a difference. Margaret's story is not a miracle, it is a blueprint. And it all began with awareness, with a small change, and with a fruit that many of us take for granted. I want you to ask yourself, what if 1 apple a day could add 1 more year to your life? What if it meant fewer doctor visits, fewer prescriptions, more time with your family, more freedom to travel, to laugh, to live? The power of food is real. And today, the humble apple is our first ally in the fight for better kidney health. But we are just getting started. In the next chapter, we will talk about a tropical fruit that has taken the nutrition world by storm. It is sweet, creamy, and surprisingly effective at lowering blood pressure and protecting your kidneys from damage. We will explore the research, the nutrients, and the story of an ex-Marine from Texas who swears it saved his life. So stay with me. Your kidneys are listening, and every step you take today is 1 step away from dialysis and 1 step closer to vitality. See you in the next chapter. Welcome back. You have made it to the next step in this journey to protect your kidneys and take back control over your health. Last time, we talked about the apple, a humble fruit with powerful benefits. And today, we are going to dive into a second fruit that is equally delicious, deeply nourishing, and scientifically backed to help lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and support your kidneys in ways you may never have imagined. This fruit is creamy, smooth, and rich and healthy. Fats? Yes, I am talking about the avocado. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Avocados, aren't they high in fat? Is that good for older adults, especially those dealing with kidney concerns? Let me explain. Not all fats are created equal. The kind of fat found in avocados is known as monounsaturated fat. It is the kind that actually helps lower bad cholesterol and raise the good kind. But there is more to it than that. But according to a study published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases, diets that include regular amounts of potassium-rich foods, such as avocados, are associated with better blood pressure control and reduced kidney damage over time. Potassium helps relax blood vessels, lowers pressure on the kidneys, and supports proper fluid balance in the body. However, here is the key: portion and preparation matter. For people already dealing with advanced kidney disease, potassium intake has to be managed carefully. But for seniors with mildly reduced kidney function, or those looking to protect their kidneys early on, avocados are a powerhouse, and when eaten in the right amounts, they bring big benefits. Let me tell you the story of Charles Mendez, a 68-year-old retired Marine from San Antonio, Texas. Strong build, sharp eyes, but underneath it all struggling. After decades of service, Charles had developed high blood pressure, which over time began affecting his kidneys. He was placed on multiple medications. His legs would swell, his energy was gone by noon, and his doctor warned him your kidney numbers are dropping. Charles was not ready to give up. His granddaughter, a young nutrition student, began helping him plan his meals. One of the first foods she reintroduced, avocado, not guacamole loaded with salt, but fresh, clean avocado slices. She replaced mayonnaise on his sandwiches with mashed avocado. She added avocado chunks to his salads. Half an avocado a day. That was it. Within 3 months, Charles saw his blood pressure stabilize. His energy improved. He was walking every morning again, and his follow-up labs? His kidney function had improved slightly. It was not a miracle cure, but it was a clear sign his body was responding to better nutrition. The inflammation was going down, his kidneys were getting a break. What makes avocados so powerful is not just their potassium. They are packed with fiber, magnesium, folate, and antioxidants like lutein. They support heart health, and a healthy heart means better circulation to the kidneys. They also help reduce blood sugar spikes, another major factor in kidney damage. For many seniors living with diabetes. Now, let me be practical with you. Avocados are not the cheapest fruit, but here's a tip. Buy them in bulk when they are on sale. Let them ripen at room temperature. Once ripe, place them in the fridge to make them last longer. Or better yet, freeze mashed avocado in small portions. And use as needed. Also, be cautious with store-bought guacamole. Most are packed with sodium, preservatives, and additives that undo the benefits. The best choice is fresh, homemade, and simple. Half an avocado, a squeeze of lemon, and a pinch of herbs if you like. That is more than enough. Here is what you can try. Swap out one high-sodium spread or topping each day with avocado. Replace your butter, your mayonnaise, or your cheese with this heart-healthy fruit. It will take some adjustment, but your body will thank you. Charles made the change. And now, 2 years later, he is off 2 of his blood pressure medications. His kidney function is stable. He still eats half an avocado most days, and he often tells people, "That little green fruit gave me back my mornings." So do not underestimate it. The avocado is not just a trend, it is a tool, and when used wisely, it can protect and restore your body from the inside out. If you are concerned about potassium levels, always check with your doctor before making big changes. But for many seniors who are not yet on dialysis or advanced stages of kidney disease, avocado can be a safe and effective addition. The message today is simple. What you eat becomes what you are. And when you give your kidneys foods that are healing, that reduce inflammation, that balance fluids and pressure, they can start doing their job again. Quietly, faithfully, just like they were meant to. We still have one more fruit to go, and believe me, this last one is often overlooked. It is small, easy to find, and contains natural compounds that fight kidney scarring and improve filtration. It is also backed by multiple medical studies. And in the next chapter, I will share the story of a 70-year-old jazz musician from Chicago who reversed years of kidney trouble with this fruit by his side. So stay close, keep learning, keep making the changes, because it is never too late to rewrite the story of your health. I will see you in chapter 4. Welcome back. You have now come so far. If you have been watching closely, listening with intention, and maybe even made a few small changes already, then I want to pause and say well done. You are not just consuming information. You are investing in your life, your strength, and your future. We have talked about apples, we have talked about avocados, and now we arrive at the third fruit, a fruit that is small in size, but mighty in its healing potential. It is often found in jams, pies, and juices, but today, we are going to see it for what it really is, a medicine gifted by nature. I am talking about the blueberry. Yes, that tiny blue jewel you often walk past in the grocery aisle could will be one of the most powerful allies your kidneys have ever known. Let me explain why. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, a class of antioxidants that give them their deep blue color. According to a study published by the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology, anthocyanins have been found to reduce oxidative stress in kidney tissues and help prevent fibrosis, which is the hardening or scarring that occurs in damaged kidneys, but that is not all. Blueberries are low in sodium, low in potassium, and packed with vitamin C, fiber, and anti-inflammatory compounds. This makes them uniquely suited for seniors, especially those with early signs of kidney trouble who are trying to manage inflammation and avoid further complications. Now, let me introduce you to William Billy Saunders. Billy is a jazz musician from Chicago. He is 70 years old. He spent his youth playing the saxophone in clubs and bars filled with smoke and energy. His nights were long, his meals were whatever, was fast and cheap, and water was replaced with coffee more often than not. By the time he turned 65, Billy had developed hypertension and type 2 diabetes. The combination slowly wore down his kidneys. His doctors warned him his numbers were getting worse. He was told dialysis was around the corner. If things continued, Billy felt hopeless. But then, something unexpected happened. One of his old band, now retired and living in Florida, sent him a care package. Inside were bags of dried wild blueberries and a handwritten note that said, "Start your mornings with music and berries. They healed me. Maybe they'll help you too." Skeptical, but desperate, Billy started adding half a cup of blueberries to his breakfast every day. Some days it was in oatmeal. Some days it was mixed into yogurt. Other days, he just ate them, plain with a glass of cold water, but he stayed consistent. Every single morning, he also began walking around his block each afternoon, listening to old jazz records with his headphones on. 3 months later, his doctor ran a new round of tests. His blood pressure had improved. His kidney filtration rate had stopped declining, and for the first time in years, Billy felt awake, energized, clear. He kept up the routine, By the 1-year mark, his kidney function had not only stabilized, it had improved by 15%. Now let me be honest, this was not magic, it was science. It was the anti-inflammatory power of real food. The antioxidants in blueberries neutralize free radicals that damage kidney cells. They improve circulation, they help regulate blood sugar, and they taste good, which makes them easy to include in your daily habits. Billy is still playing music, still eating blueberries, and every time I talk to him, he says the same thing. Man, those little berries brought the rhythm back into my life. So how can you include blueberries in your own routine? It is simple. Add half a cup of fresh or frozen blueberries to your breakfast. Mix them into whole grain cereal or a smoothie. Avoid the ones packed in syrup. Always choose unsweetened if possible. If you are on a strict kidney diet, consult your doctor. But for many seniors, they are safe, gentle, and incredibly healing. Here is a bonus tip. Wild blueberries have even more antioxidants than the regular kind. If you can find them, even better. And yes, frozen is perfectly fine. In fact, frozen blueberries are often picked at peak ripeness and preserve their nutrients beautifully. But remember, the key is not just eating one good fruit once in a while. The key is consistency. It is about making healing foods part of your everyday life. Apples for cleansing, avocados for balance, blueberries for protection. Together they form a trio of natural support for your kidneys. These are not trends. These are traditions backed by science. They are simple, affordable, and available in nearly every grocery store in America. You do not need to wait until things get worse. You do not need to wait for prescriptions to pile up. You can start now. Billy did, Margaret did, Charles did, and you can too. In our final chapter, we will bring everything together. We will look at what we have learned, the mindset behind healing, and the steps you can take starting today to protect your kidneys and live a fuller, healthier life. So take a moment to reflect. Think about your meals, think about your future, and meet me in chapter 5, because this journey is not about surviving, it is about thriving. Here we are. You have made it to the end of this journey, and what a journey it has been. If you are still here, still listening, still learning, then you are not just a viewer. You are a fighter, a believer, someone who has chosen to take control of their health and write a better story for themselves and their family. So let us take a deep breath and look back at what we now know. Our kidneys are remarkable organs. Silent workers, quiet protectors. They filter our blood, remove toxins, balance minerals, and keep our blood pressure steady. They do all of this without applause, without noise, and often without thanks. But they, too, have limits. And if we do not care for them, they begin to fade, quietly, until the damage becomes impossible to ignore. But today, you have learned that decline is not a sentence. Disease is not a destiny. And that healing can begin with the choices we make at the table. 3 fruits. 3 stories, and 3 lives changed through the power of nutrition. But we started with the apple. Clean, crisp, filled with antioxidants and soluble fiber. A fruit that helps manage blood sugar and lowers the burden on your kidneys by reducing inflammation and cholesterol. We met Margaret, the retired school teacher who chose an apple a day over giving up on her life. And she turned her story around one bite at a time. Then we met the avocado, rich in healthy fats, magnesium, and potassium. A creamy fruit that, when eaten with care and balance, helps regulate blood pressure, improve circulation, and support heart and kidney function. Charles, the former Marine, chose to trade processed spreads for avocado, and his kidneys thanked him for it. His mornings returned. His dignity was restored. Finally, we discovered the blueberry. Small but powerful, packed with anthocyanins, vitamin C, and fiber. These little berries help reduce oxidative stress and protect against scarring inside the kidneys. We heard the story of Billy, the jazz musician from Chicago, who found rhythm in his life again by eating half a cup each morning. 3 fruits, 3 lives. And now, maybe yours. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to change everything overnight. Healing is not about extremes. It is about consistency. One choice, one meal, one step, over and over again. Let me give you a simple plan, something you can start today. Begin your morning with water. Hydration is your kidney's first ally. Add an apple to your snack or breakfast. Make it raw, make it whole, and eat it with purpose. Use avocado in place of high-sodium spreads. A small portion, maybe half, once a day, is all it takes. Top your oatmeal or yogurt with blueberries, fresh or frozen, it does not matter. What matters is making it part of your rhythm. Avoid processed foods. Cut back on salt. Choose whole grains, lean proteins, and more greens. But most of all, choose awareness. Listen to your body. Track your numbers. Talk with your doctor. But never stop believing in your power to make a difference. Many seniors believe that once something is broken, it stays broken. But that is not always true. The human body, especially the kidneys, are capable of repair when given the right support. Inflammation can go down. Energy can return. Hope can rise. Do not wait for the doctor to bring bad news before you act. Act now. Because prevention is not just easier than treatment, it is kinder, cheaper, and more powerful. And to those of you already living with chronic kidney disease, Do not lose heart. These changes still matter. They will not erase all damage, but they can slow the decline, improve your strength, and help you feel better in ways no prescription ever could. Always talk with your medical provider before making dietary changes, especially if you are in advanced stages of kidney issues. But remember, you are not helpless. Your plate can be your prescription. And now, I want you to do something important. Share this video, not because it is popular, but because someone you know, someone you love, might be silently suffering. They may be just one choice away from a better tomorrow. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below, telling us which fruit you are going to start with. Your story matters, your commitment matters, and you just might inspire someone else to begin. Let this be your turning point. Not just another video, but the start of a movement inside your life, a shift toward healing, a declaration that you are not giving up. You are growing, you are learning, you are living, because life is still here, still calling your name. And your kidneys, they are listening. So take care of them, choose wisely, and never forget sometimes, the smallest things create the biggest changes. I am proud of you, and I believe in what you are doing. Stay strong, stay healthy, and until next time, take care of yourself, one bite at a time.